Today, I'm going to show you how to make an outdoor garden cart. I am building this garden cart out of 3/4 inch treated plywood, and I had Home Depot cut it down so it would be easier to work with. I decided to make this garden cart 31 inches wide, and I will explain why later on in the video. Here I had to bring everything inside because it started raining on me. I based this garden cart design off of other commercially made garden carts that are out there in the market. I wanted to make this garden cart because really we needed something to move our garden tools around, move around wood chips, and have it be just something that we use on a daily basis. Now, after making the box of the garden cart, you can probably leave it as is and put some wheels on it and call it a day, but I chose to make it even more durable by adding aluminum trim all around the edges of the plywood. The aluminum trim is fairly easy to cut. I just used a regular miter saw to cut all the aluminum to length. And to make the garden cart a little bit nicer, I mitered all the corners with the aluminum. Here I am dry fitting everything first, make sure everything's fit and snug along the edges of the plywood. To mount the aluminum to the plywood, I am using some heavy-duty construction adhesive and also screws to mount to the plywood. I'm making sure that the screws are somewhat flush. mount the wheels and the axles, I'm adding treated wood underneath to give it more stability. And the axle that I'm using is metal conduit, piece of all thread with some washers and lock nuts to mount the wheels on. You can probably save money if you find tires, maybe at a secondhand store, like old bicycle tires. That would probably work just as well. To install the handles, I'm using some treated 2x4, and here I am cutting the rounded edges of the 2x4 just because I like the square look. The handle is going to be made out of a 1-inch dowel, and here I'm drilling the holes for the dowel to sit in. Again, I am gluing and screwing everything. There were some little sharp edges where I joined the aluminum together, so I'm using a grinder to sand off some of the sharp edges. Now I chose to do this garden cart this wide because so that way when I roll it on our garden, the rows that we use will actually go between the wheels. Now this garden cart is pretty sturdy. It's not super heavy, but it's definitely not light. You could probably make it a little bit lighter if you don't use treated plywood, but I wanted to make this garden cart as sturdy and as weatherproof as I could because I knew it was going to be sitting outside in the elements. But I'm pretty happy how sturdy this garden cart actually is, and I'm hoping that it will last a while, helping us grow on our sunny patch of earth. For dimensions and plans of this garden cart, see the link below to our website.